Hey, everybody. Welcome to Speech Bubble. Butch Hartman, Jace Diehl with Maurice LaMarche from Futurama.
I've brought my unholy acting talent to Speech Bubble.
Roll things.
I remember Van Partible, our dear friend and creator of Johnny Bravo, wanted there to be a British narrator at the beginning of every episode. So I remember in the first couple, at least, I always started with, and now we join Johnny Bravo and his mum.
That's
right. And then that gradually got phased out. I have probably been the British narrator.
You weren't good at it then. You didn't do a good job.
It's just one of those things that everybody, I think, creates something and goes, let's have one of those Python-esque British narrators. Who does a good job on that? Rob Paulson, he's booked. Who else does? Maurice LaMarche. Okay, he's not booked. Get him in here. And so I like, Disenchantment was supposed to have a British narrator at the beginning. And it becomes a thing where they try it for a few episodes and they go, you know, the British narrator thing isn't really working.
Yeah,
they dropped it.
Form of exposition.
Exactly. And they want to Pythonize it a little bit. And they go, you know, we're conveniencing a joke there. It's in the way. And they take it out. Right. You were talking before we got started.
Maurice is pointing to Jace. Maurice is pointing to Jace.
Jace, you were talking about Tomorrowland.
Mm-hmm. And the movie Tomorrowland.
The movie Tomorrowland with George Clooney. And that sequence that got deleted that's in the special features, the animation, that was originally something that was at the beginning of the movie, the very beginning.
Was it a British narrator?
No, it was Orson Welles.
Yeah.
It was. And it was meant to be Orson Welles. And Brad Bird, you know, knowing my work on Pinky and the Brain, et cetera, you know, said, it's got to be Mo. And he had me in to do Orson Welles. And he said, now this is really Orson Welles. He's one of the geniuses, you know.
Who built Tomorrowland?
Help build
part of Plus Ultra.
Yeah, Plus Ultra.
Really
he's like they just take in all the geniuses of the world throughout history, and Tesla is there, and I believe is Edison there?
Yeah, Edison.
Yeah. And
we did the same thing on this podcast.
Yeah, we brought in all the geniuses.
All the assembled the team.
So that was originally the opening of the movie, and my dear friend Miguel Ferrer, God rest his soul.
Oh, I know him from RoboCop.
Yeah, Miggy is one of the great guys, just one of the great guys, and one of the great voiceover guys, by the way.
Did he really? I didn't even know that.
He was known in the movie trailer and promo world as the best whisper read there is. The whisper read is something like, in a world, as opposed to the LaFontaine, who's in a world, or Andy Geller, who's in a world, you know, deep. I can't get down where Andy is. Andy is deeper than Brad Garrett. I once saw them talking at a recording studio. I was like, Jesus Christ, Andy's voice is deeper than Brad's.
These guys
Holy moly.
Holy moly.
And Brad's got like 8 inches of height on him.
Yeah,
you know?
Brad is huge.
But so that was supposed to be a thing where Wells, you know, through an animated opening, brings in young George Clooney and introduces him to the whole Plus Ultra thing. And Miguel called me from the premiere, the world premiere at the El Capitan, and said, dude, you're so fantastic in the beginning of that thing. I met my cousin's movie. That's we always, whenever he talked about George, he said, yeah, I met my cousin's thing, or I was out with my cousin. So, because Clooney's his cousin, you know.
That's right, because
his father was Jose Ferrer, and George's mother was Rosemary Clooney.
That's right.
No, I'm sorry. No, sorry.
George's aunt is Rosemary.
George's aunt is Rosemary
right.
Clooney,
right.
and his father is Nick Clooney.
These are
George.
people that aren't around anymore. These are
yes,
names
exactly of people who exist.
But Jose Ferrer from the Cane Mutiny. Come on,
of course,
the
brilliant. So Miguel calls me and tells me it's great. You know you steal the picture, blah blah blah. But apparently Brad thought it really halted the momentum of the picture, so it got taken out by the time it actually dropped, went
in
to
theaters.
General release. Wow. 2 weeks later, he actually pulled that out.
Oh my God.
It was the original beginning of the movie.
It showed at the ArcLight Hollywood at every screening at the beginning, and also at the El Capitan. So I got to see it in theaters.
Oh, where can I see this?
It's online right now on YouTube, and I actually
it's in the special features of the list.
I use it as my sophomore English speech. I memorized the whole thing. I love that.
Okay,
so much.
should we test him?
I don't remember.
You probably know it better than I do.